Welcome to the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Thank you so much for joining me. In these readings today, we are asking, how is divine timing playing out in your life right now? So, you know, what's happening? How is the universe orchestrating around you? What's the next big happening? So we're going to draw 3 cards from these animal cards to guide you in. And I see 1, I see 2, and this is 3. And then we're going to draw a rune and a charm as well to help to give you that little bit of extra information for those of you that like that. So, reading number 1, you are guided in by Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow. Very powerful energy. Reading number 2, you have Garuda Supana, the eagle. And reading number 3, oh, beautiful, Deer of Delta. Okay, so Super Souls, you may already know which reading or readings are speaking to you, but I'm going to draw a rune for each one and a charm as well, just to help with that extra bit of guidance. Okay, so reading number 1, you have the rune of strength. Reading number 2, you have the rune of fertility. Reading number 3, you have the rune of possessions, nourishment. Look at that, the image as well. Talk about nourishing, it's just beautiful. Okay. Right, let's draw some charms as well. Okay, so reading number 1, you have plain and simple, it's love. Reading number 2, you have the charm of, the readings are coming through. The readings, the charms, both have come through together. I have another one in my other hand here. We have the leaf, the symbol of the leaf, which is interesting, isn't it, with fertility? I mean, wow. Let's put those symbols up there, actually. So love, the leaf, and for reading number 3, what came through is the lucky horseshoe. Okay, I'm going to leave the video running for just a few moments for those of you that just want to sit with the cards. And if you need a little bit of extra time, just press the pause button. And Super Souls, I will see you in the readings. I'll put the timestamps in the information box and in the comments for phone users as well. Tons of love and see you in just a moment. Reading number 1, welcome. You have been drawn by the Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow card, the symbol of love, and the rune of strength. Do you know, just this card, this rune, this symbol alone is, I almost feel like it's an incredibly powerful reading in itself. I think I'm just going to say a little bit about this card before we draw more, because the Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow is actually known as Bazunda, which is a Hindu sage who assumed the form of a crow. This is the story of this card. And that crow lived in at the top of the wish fulfilling tree. So there's something here about the universe is orchestrating something quite extraordinary around you in terms of, I want to say, your destiny, something you have ultimately really, really either desired, or it is actually a really big upgrading in your world to some aspect of your calling, or something you're meant to be, or something you're meant to have. The rune of strength, the one thing that the rune of strength always gives me is a sort of a signal that The universe has your back. This is divinely guided. This is, the timing is perfect here. So something is happening. Now, the Rune of Strength also speaks of terminations and new beginnings, and of the way in which we have to persevere with something, and yet simultaneously, and very much spoken of in this card and this symbol, it's like we need to persevere. That's what you're being shown here. Perseverance, continuance, even if things are feeling like they're not quite moving forwards. And we'll draw a lot more cards to see. I do feel that you need to both persevere and yet almost like relinquish the desire to make it happen, and know that the universe has your back and will actually orchestrate it for you. So it's a really interesting paradox, because in one way you're needing to keep going, in another way you're needing to not force it to happen. There's something very powerful here actually in this reading number 1 already, just in these cards alone. So let's draw more cards and see what we're shown. This feels incredibly magical. I mean, literally, I feel like I'm tingling. So we'll have all those cards that are showing it, and this one too. Wow, that's way more than I thought we were drawing from here, but here we are. Okay, 6 of crystals. Gosh, wow, this is magical. Here we have the symbol of the snowflake at the top of a mountain. This is so interesting. You know, in my meditation early this morning, I was reading about the moon of Wisdom Keeper, the Native American moon of Wisdom Keeper, and a conversation she had with a snowflake. And the snowflake said, you know, I hold the dreams. Every snowflake we know has a unique formation. No two are the same. They're like a fingerprint. And the snowflake said to Wisdom Keeper, I hold the dream of, each snowflake holds the dream and the wish and the desire and the need of a human being, of every human being on this planet. And they hold them in times of winter, when, you know, the land isn't fertile, it's not the season for growing. So they hold the wishes and dreams. Each snowflake contains a wish or a dream. It's like a little mini medicine wheel, or a dream catcher, the dream catcher of nature. And then when the spring comes, the snowflake melts into the soil and the seeds of that dream are sown. So you're climbing towards something here. Reading number 1. This is exactly what these cards were saying. It may not be completely present in your world yet, but it's really significant. I mean, this is like the Mount Everest of your dreams. It's not a small dream, it's a big one. So we have 6 of crystals. We have 7 of crystals. Look at these. Now these cards are well used and well shuffled, and yet we have 6, 7 of crystals, and 8. So there is a natural flow forwards here. A very natural flow of energy forwards for you. Then we have the card of Cinderella. And then we have the 6 of Wands. Look at this with the butterfly. This is a card of victory. Wow. Okay, this is just, this is such a significant reading. I'm sorry that we have that light there. I don't know if I can place something here to stop the light shining. Maybe I'll move that card to somewhere else later. But maybe we'll just put it here, okay? So that we can see both cards in their fullness. I hope that that's showing up for you enough. So, this just says it all. Right, you need to persevere, you need to continue with something, and yet you're needing to find your way, feel your way, rather than think your way. The universe is orchestrating around you. There is divine timing playing out here. Continue to light the candles of your wishes. Now, it's very interesting because, again, the ivory wish-fulfilling crow. You know, Basunda, the Hindu sage, who assumes the form of the crow, lives in the wish-fulfilling tree. This crow has, or this sage has overcome so many layers of soul evolution within the human experience, let's say, within the human lives, that they can't be dislodged from that wish tree. This wish cannot not come true, okay? This desire that you are seeking, it cannot not come true. It is destiny. It's like this is about to, there's a completion of the, this is the infinity symbol, okay, coming here. The 8 of crystals. This is going to take place, okay? So the universe is orchestrating around you. Something very, very big is going to reach a point of victory and of fulfillment. And that is absolutely for sure. You know, this is a real affirmation. However, and look, it's going to be brought to you. Look at the tree. What have I just been saying about the wish-fulfilling tree? Here we have this tree and the birds bringing down this beautiful, beautiful dress to clothe Cinderella, who sits here in rags. This is something you really, really want. And I feel like there may have been there may still be for some of you, some circumstances around you that even some people around you. This is so interesting. I'm now very excited about drawing more cards, reading number 1, because there have been some people around you. The story of Cinderella, you know, we have Cinderella and the ugly stepsisters. You know, they did everything in their power to dampen her down. They did everything in their power to diminish her. They did everything in their power to stifle her, lock her away, keep her out of sight. But actually, the universe orchestrated around her to make her dreams come true. So this feels like, it's very interesting actually, because this crow is looking back. I need to draw more cards at this point, really, Super Souls. What I can tell you so far here is that divine timing is playing out in your world, in your life. You know, in terms of the way the universe is orchestrating and the next big happening, this is like a really Mount Everest of dreams being fulfilled. It's the point when the snowflake melts into the ground, the earth receives it, and it just blossoms. You're coming from a place where people have diminished your dreams, dampened your dreams, put you down. Literally, it's the Cinderella story, the ugly sisters. But you never gave up on your wish, but you've probably come fairly close to it on occasions. You know, I think you've had to retreat almost into isolation in order to keep your dreams intact. You know, when you know that you can't share your dreams with certain people because they will diminish them or they will use that energy against you. You've come through this in a really big way. We have the assurance of victory. What I really want is more information about how this is happening. I can see the crow looking backwards, so this is very much what has happened, and now we're seeing what is going to emerge. The universe is orchestrating around you. You have had to find the strength to persevere on more than one occasion. And interestingly, I would also venture to say, Super Souls of reading number 1, I think people have been envious. There is something in you that it's like you've been able to retain something of your purity through rising above the nitpicking and pettiness of others. It's like the child that stands apart because there's bullying going on and they won't join in. You know, even at school, they just know it's not the right thing to do. They won't join in. They don't quite know what to do, how to defend themselves, how to defend others, but they know that it's not okay and they step away. They'd rather step away and be isolated than be drawn into the drama. And you know, we meet people, you know, along the way that are like that. Super Souls, I really honour that pathway, because for so many, what draws them into the drama is the need to belong and the need to be liked, and then they end up being tangled in things that aren't very good. And the price to pay from stepping away and truly being yourself is often one that feels quite alone, quite isolated. You've kind of literally had to withdraw, but you've kept your choices alive because of it. And now it's like the pathway, which has been long and hard and arduous. You're about to reach this point. That dream has been held, you know, by your guides, by spirit. It has been heard and held. You know, this is the message here, and it's about to come to fruition. Let us draw more cards, Super Souls. We need to know more about this. What's happening? How quickly is it happening? How imminently? May we ask for more information for reading number 1? This is such an affirmation. I feel this is your card here. The unknown. Okay, I'm going to sit that right in the middle. This is the surrender. This is the surrender card. Okay, very interesting, very interesting. This is exactly what I was saying by you can't force it to happen. You can't make it happen. You can't force it to happen. And yet you still have to persevere. It's almost, gosh, I'm going to draw more cards first and then I'll voice what I feel I'm hearing. I'm going to, before we do the tarot, I'm just going to draw another animal guide here for us. The whale. Oh, just lovely, lovely, lovely energy. The whale song. Okay. Yes. Oh, there is such a purity. There's such a heightened level of awareness in the whale card. Such a heightened level of awareness. Such an attunement with the, with the above world. You really, really are being guided. Really, really, that these things are happening now. You're being asked quite specifically here to, it's like to relinquish the need to try and force anything and allow it to happen. It's almost like in complete trust. It's like, it is that stepping into a space of complete trust, knowing that this will happen. You know, it's like that moment of when Cinderella could have felt such despair, you know, watching her ugly sisters go off to the ball to meet the prince. And there she is just thinking, it will never happen for me. And actually, it is about to happen for you. But you have to relinquish control. You have to step into that space of complete trust. And it's almost like the moment you step into trust, that's when the doorway will open. I think because also I would say, because you've had to endure some pretty big things. You know, this has been a big climb to get to where you are. And more than once, I think you've suffered at the hands of others who, I think fundamentally, they're just very envious of your life force, your energy. And actually, that sense of needing to retreat is a biggie. Something is really magically opening up. There will be a completion, a coming together, as something, the infinity sign arriving here is beautiful. As this comes together, the card of victory, it's as though you've followed your own song regardless, but you've had to learn to do things in isolation. You had to learn to do things in isolation because you weren't prepared to join in or to compromise yourself and your beliefs. You know, so to get help on occasion, it would have been demanded by the people around you that it's like do as I do, and you weren't prepared to do that. So you've developed a lot of skills that mean that you're very capable. Actually, those skills have actually enhanced not only your ability to achieve and manifest in the world, but interestingly, they have also enhanced or increased the envy of some of these kinds of people, and some of the same people that you've known possibly all your life, back to childhood. The envy increases. It's like the more you succeed, the more the envy increases. That is not your problem. Let that go. Light a candle for them, send them love, and walk away. That is absolutely the key. And then go off and dance your own, sing your own song and live your own life. That is the way to do it. Okay. Victory is assured. No matter what is said and done, no matter what is going on behind your back, no matter what has gone on, victory is assured here. Let's see how this is playing out for reading number 1. May we have more information for reading number 1. I feel this card too. Oh, two of them are coming out. Okay. Let's have a look here. Okay. These cards. So we have the Eight of Cups. Oh, this is lovely. A new dawn is coming. This is literally a new dawn. It's the bounty of new opportunity, new horizons opening up for you. This really is a magical time for you. Divine timing is genuinely, the question was, how is divine timing playing out in your life right now? What's the next big happening? Now, very interesting, we have the card of the King of Cups. Look at all these eights. Eight of Cups, Eight of Crystals, Eight of Discs, which is, again, that's the same card. Eight of Crystals, Eight of Discs, it's the same card. We then have the Two of Discs. Okay. Then we have the Nine of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Okay. Right, I'm going to just slightly rearrange these cards, Super Soul. I'll press the pause button for 1 second. There we go. Hopefully you can see the cards now. Wonderful reading number one, people. I'm really just, I'm incredibly excited for you because this is such an assurance of victory. So first of all, I need to say to you, this is very, very interesting because what I feel we have here is an opportunity to both, a bit like Cinderella, she finds her prince, okay? Her prince comes to her. The universe orchestrates to make it possible. The glass slipper is left and she is the only one who can wear it, you know, and the prince then comes out and finds her. So, you know, she follows what she is given. She follows she is given the opportunity to go to the ball. So she does. She doesn't duck down. She steps up. She goes to the ball. Everything kind of collapses at midnight and her coach becomes a pumpkin and she's reduced to her rags again. But the glass slipper remains and her prince then comes and finds her. Now, of course, becoming a princess also involves, I want to say, a significant change in lifestyle. It's not just that she finds love, but she will inevitably, not that we get to hear about, you know, we get to hear about the happy ending. We don't know how that future will pan out, only that it will, because it's the happy ending. But not only does she find the prince of her dreams, but that is actually, it's the end of the story of Cinderella as we know it. But of course, it is the beginning of a new chapter. Now, what I see here is exactly that. We have the Eight of Cups, a new dawn, new opportunities, new horizons in love. We also have the Eight of Discs. This is a new phase of learning, of being, of happening, of, yeah, so it's almost like, you know, I mean, being a princess is kind of like a career choice, isn't it? You know, in its own way. I just want to say, if I'm really honest, reading number one, and maybe this won't apply to all of you, but for those of you who are seeking both the connection in love as well as the connection in career pathway, maybe you have one but not the other, maybe neither have quite come to fulfillment, but they're both going to be in fulfillment and in alignment. I feel like you will get, it's not just one wish, it's all of your wishes and dreams. It's like the wishes and dreams coming true that bring the whole package. The Nine of Cups is so fascinating. Again, it is such a confirmation. The Nine of Cups for me is always a card that says, you know, you deserve this. It's a celebration. It can be the engagement. It's the confirmation of a long-term sense of security in relationship. It can mean the engagement or a marriage, but it's a celebration of, it is a celebration of a solid relationship. And under the Eight of Discs, the card of learning, of moving towards abundance, we have the Two of Cups here again. Look at the partnership here. So I would say to you, if If you have been looking to work in partnership with someone, whether this is in love or whether it is in your career, you'll find the right business partner. That's being orchestrated. That person will come and find you. You don't have to strive to find them. They will come and find you. But you do need to continue with what you're doing. So whatever you are doing, whatever you're putting out into the world, whatever intentions you hold that high vibration, and literally you will attract, you are attracting, and you will attract what is needed, and support and help will come in a way that opens those doorways for you. So don't for 1 second feel that it's not going to happen. And even if you are having to face some envy or some stuff going on behind your back, just move beyond it. Keep your energy intact, because this is going to happen. It's very unknown if you're very good at doing things, if you've developed the ability to do things. It's quite hard to relinquish that, you know, I'm good at doing things, I'm good at making things happen, I'm good at imagining exactly the route we'll take to get from A to Z, because you've learned to do this. You've learned to because you had to. But this is a time to relinquish control and yet continue. The information is very clear for you. All of this heartache is coming to an end. Look at the King of Cups standing above the Six of Swords. The heartbreak. In fact, I really want to say someone is coming into your world who is really, really going to, you're either going to have an opportunity that steps you up into this incredible place of personal leadership and ownership of your dreams, or someone is coming into your world who, and I do feel there is a connection with someone here in a united way. We have the two again. It's like two halves. It's like you find your other half, whether this is a business partner or whether the partner you're with steps up and becomes that level of support for you. For some of you, this is a new connection. For others, it's the stepping up of someone who you've wanted to step up, or something moves to a new level. These twos, Two of Cups, Two of Discs. Again, this is happening in your personal life and it's happening in your working life. It's the whole picture. There is some stuff to not wade through, because it doesn't feel like you're wading. The key here is not to wade. Actually, if you feel remotely knocked off balance by the energy of others, withdraw and ground yourself, do whatever you need to keep your personal energy and vibration really clean, because this is happening. And it's happening in both areas of your life. It's not just one area, it really is the bigger picture. You know, I'm not sure of the timing here. I think we'll draw some angel answer cards just to complete this reading. What I can tell you is, because there's something else going on in the periphery here. You know, but this will become a thing of the past. It literally will be. You are learning to hold your energy so well that you're kind of impervious to it. I mean, this is the Bazunda Hindu sage who has lived enough of life that wishing tree is untouchable. The wish fulfilling tree, the energy of it, you know, an earthquake could happen, a storm could happen. The wish fulfilling tree remains firm. It cannot be knocked over because the energy of it is so pure. Let's just ask for, if we can just receive a little bit more, if any more guidance. Maybe it can't be given, but can we be given more guidance possibly for reading number 1? Okay. Okay, well, we have romance. Okay, so that really does for me confirm that for what we were saying was, you know, this is for many of you, this does involve some aspect of relationship, your prince coming to you. Interestingly enough, and I will just voice this because there's this bit of me that I feel quite curious about timing here. You know, how is divine timing playing out? We know that it is. We know the victory is here. Actually, what I need to say, Super Souls, reading number 1, is the timing is, there's something around the energy of this, and that's just coming through really clearly. It's kind of the last message, I think, of this reading. The timing is really clear here. It's literally about holding your energy and trusting. And the more you remain intact without forcing it to happen, it's almost like doorways will just start to open for you. So in one essence, you are not in control of this situation timing wise, and yet bizarrely you are. It's like you are absolutely in relationship with the universe. This is about you being impervious to the energy of others around you, and the moment you maintain that energy and you step into a space of trust, that's the moment doorways open. Now, some of you may find that this connects with, I'm just seeing this, although this looks like a sun, I feel like it's also a golden moon. You might find that there are openings, windows of opening around timings like the full moon. Or if you are involved in any aspect of kind of ceremony or the earth ceremonies, I think you might find there are seasonal timings where there are genuine windows of opportunity, and aligning your energy of intent with those windows of opportunity. This is a timeless reading. It will be in my timeless readings playlist, where you can access readings that answer all sorts of direct questions. And I post readings every Sunday for weekly guidance, really in the here and now. What do we need to know right now to keep us on track? But Super Souls, I am actually doing this reading in the build up to a full moon. The full moon is taking place in just a few days. And there's something of the energy of that when you do a reading within the energy of a particular earth festival or a particular full moon, a period of the moon. The reading itself encompasses something of that energy. So it doesn't matter when you tune into the reading, it means that moment of illumination or transformation will be perfect for you. You'll be leaning into and connecting in with that energy of transformation, illumination, evaluation, whatever that is at that point in the moon cycle. It stays with the reading and it is there for you to tap into. But I do feel there's something about these pivotal shifts in energy, natural shifts in energy, the natural world, the universe, the divine timing that are working with you and for you. Keep your energy clean. If you feel affected by external circumstances, bring yourself back into your own grounded centeredness. Romance, there is something very profound about, the love of your life coming to you, or someone upgrading to become or confirm that they are the love of your life. And interestingly enough, there's something, even if just in this relationship they have your back to the point where you can move and begin a new career pathway, or they will back you up 1000% on the career pathway or the calling that you're on, whatever that may be. It might be your calling is to become a stay-at-home, mum or house husband, and this person is coming in and this is exactly your wish come true. But it's the whole package, Super Souls. It really is. I think this is magnificent. I don't think I can say any more. I'm loving this reading. I mean, it feels like the culmination of many cycles that you've worked at to get to where you are. And I'm blown away by even my reading, and my meditation this morning has been totally in alignment with this reading. Super Souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. If you'd like to get notification of any of my readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. I will put all the various links of all the other things that I do in the information box and the comments. I have a subscriber email list where you can enter my monthly prize draw, win some oracle cards or a private reading. There's a ton of stuff that I do, free online library, all kinds of stuff. So just check in with those. I'll put the links in there. And thank you to all of you for joining me. Thank you so much to those of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments. Thank you to those of you who give back through Patreon. You are such a blessing. To be honest, you're all a blessing. And Super Souls reading number 1, wow. This is a level of soul evolution that is just something else. So, wow, that's all I can say. Wow, and wish you the happiest life ever. Tons of love. Reading number 2, welcome. So you have been drawn by the card Garuda Supana, who is a mystical eagle figure. Very interesting that Supana in Sanskrit actually means having powerful wings and flying well. You know, there's something about your resonance here. And the rune of fertility is a fruit-bearing rune. It's gorgeous. I feel like you need to fertilize the ground, and I'm going to say for your own deliverance. That's what's coming through really strongly with this first card. I feel like this is almost like an autumn leaf, which is curious. Something as if a leaf is falling from the tree. I'm not sure whether you're needing to let go of something or relinquish something. Now we're asking, you know, what, excuse me, how is divine timing playing out in your life at the moment? You know, what's the next big happening? What's taking place? How is the universe orchestrating around you? So let's draw cards and see what we are shown. Do you know, I feel it is these three. Let's look and see what we have here. So your first card is the Earth Child. This is beautiful. Look at this. How far above the earth can you rise to observe it? This is very powerful, this card. And now another card of Child. Okay, so we have the Earth Child. We have the Child of Swords. This is Pinocchio. Can you see Pinocchio looking in the mirror and pointing? This is very interesting. Oh wow, and we have the Ace of Wands. Such transformation. The universe is bringing you, orchestrating divine timing, a new beginning. There's an opportunity around you. Yes, there's an absolute opportunity. We have the Three of Crystals. Oh, look at this. 3 of Crystals and the 10 of Hearts. Look at that rainbow of completion. Wow, celebration, the rainbow bridge to healing. Right, there is an opportunity around you. Fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. There's some distinct advice and guidance here, as well as information. This is a time to let go of something. Now, it could be a habit. It could be an inner attitude, but there's a circumstance around you, reading number 2, that's actually the divine timing of it that's playing out. There is a circumstance around you, and very specifically, there's an opportunity within this for you to transform something, It literally creates a new way of being, a new way of seeing things, a shift in your perspective. And I feel like it's going to happen really quickly. 3 of Crystals. This is a very here and now reading for you guys. It really, really is. I know a reading is always, to some extent, here and now. But this feels like there is such opportunity here. 3 of Crystals, you're going to be celebrating something, celebrating some kind of completion, fulfillment. Fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. Right, I want to say this is going to seem very, very random, okay, but let's say hypothetically, and please forget, this doesn't mean that you're all going to, but if you were to get some sort of a lottery win, a bonus of some sort, it comes in, you know, something unexpected lands on your doorstep, you win a competition, you win a raffle, or someone arrives and offers you something. Okay, I think your instinct would be to give that, potentially to share it, okay? But I want you to think about this is going to sound very strange because I don't want you to be self-centered in a negative, ego-y sort of way. But you need to fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. There's a danger that you're the sort of person that you're so giving that you give to the wrong people. In fact, there may even be somebody around you who you are seeing as quite childlike. And, you know, in a way, you can be quite taken in by them. They're quite childlike. They really would like something from you. They want you to look after them. And it's sort of, there's something that taps into the heartstrings. And it's not about not being compassionate or kind or caring or giving. But this is not the right person to give to, okay? You need to fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. If you have something, if you've received something, if something is good for you, this is not a time, actually. It doesn't mean you won't be sharing with others. You're going to have an abundance to share with everyone. I mean, look at this card. You will have an abundance to share with others, but you need to look after yourself. There's a danger that there's something of the situation around you, and this is the divine timing that's playing out in your life. This is the big happening, because something's taking place, and you are the kind of person who could give to the wrong person. There may even be somebody hovering around you already who would really, really like you to give to them. And they may sound very convincing, but this is actually an opportunity for you to draw that line and to be quite discerning here. The discernment of eagle. Eagle sees exactly, with power and discernment, exactly what's going on. You know, from way high up, eagle can look down and see. You see, in a way, this is a very interesting card, the Earth Child. I feel it's telling us, you know, several different kind of aspects to your story here. On the one hand, I think there is... Okay, so, well, let's just dive straight into this. So almost in a karmic kind of way, I think in a way, as there's something of your own purity as a child, or something that happened in a child where you learned almost to accommodate the wishes of others. Something for you as a child, you learned to accommodate the wishes of others because that worked in those circumstances. Now it's time to be looking after you and looking after you over and above. And it doesn't mean you're going to have an abundance to give to everyone. But if you give to a taker, you're actually contributing to the imbalance of life. If it's the drains and radiators scenario, some people are drains, some people are radiators. Reading number 2, if I think you're a radiator. Now, if a radiator meets another radiator, we just get more and more abundance, okay? It's gorgeous. But if a radiator meets a drain, especially if they're very, very good at presenting something that isn't really very real, then that drain will drain the radiator and there won't be enough to go around it. There's something about saying no here. A leaf falling from the tree, the letting go of some perspective as well, or some belief that you can't have abundance, or that it's not safe to have abundance because it will be taken, or that you have to share it, or you're not a good person. You will be sharing. You need to be discerning about who you share with. I'm going to draw another animal card. There is something that's very interesting, because I don't think this is the easiest situation to deal with. It may be like a past scenario that goes back to your childhood, as I think this child card is telling us so much. This could go back to your childhood. It could be that somebody is very childlike and their childlikeness is almost drawing you in. But yeah, it's time. This is really clear. It's time to fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. Draw the line. Be really clear. Stop giving to the wrong people. And then you will have an abundance to give with discernment. There's your card. Unicorn. Beautiful card. Okay. I'm going to draw some tarot as well. And actually, we'll draw a Rumi card. See what we're shown here. That's your card. Quest. Loving it. Do you know, I need to say to you, this has been, I kind of said there's something that feels quite karmic here. I think that part of your soul's journey, your evolution, has been to address this kind of imbalance, to know that you have the right and the entitlement. There's something to do exactly this, to hold your own power. You have powerful wings. It's time to fly well, okay? You know, this is a time, this is a time to fly well. There is a new beginning around you in your current circumstances. And even if you're having to face someone who's a little bit dishonest, not very truthful, and they're going to do their very, very best to press your child buttons and make you feel rubbish if you're not giving to them. Okay? But you have a higher wisdom. You have the ability to look back. You know, this unicorn is looking backwards. You have the ability to know where the roots of this come from. You have the ability to, you know, this has been part of your life's quest, interestingly enough. So this situation that is around you, the divine timing, is because there is an opportunity here for you. It has literally been part of your quest to learn to look after yourself, to validate yourself, to take an ownership of your own power and know that you can use it well. Let's draw more cards. We're asking for reading number 2 for additional information about this situation that's going on around them and how to handle this, or, you know, guidance around this, please. Gosh, I feel there's a lot of cards coming through for you here. Tons. But let's see what we have. Lovely. 9 of Wands, your first card. We have the 2 of Discs. We have the 6 of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. How many cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Okay, so we're going to have 2 rows here, I think. 1. 7 of Swords. Yes. Princess of Discs. Queen of Discs. Ace of Wands. The Sun. And the High Priestess. Here we go. Okay. Right, reading number 2. This is rather delicious and gorgeous. Okay. Now, I want to say this is going to feel a bit alien to you initially, because you're not used to allowing yourself to have. You're not used to allowing yourself to receive. You're not used to prioritizing yourself. All of those things have been amazing, and it is a gift to share with everyone. But you need to share with the right people and not the wrong people. And what's been underlying the giving to the wrong people is this sort of, again, this illusion. You know, the lie that you are not worthy in some way, or that you're only worthy if you give something. You're only worthy. It's literally as if you only believe you're worthy if you absolutely do something to deserve it. It's like you're in a pattern that says, almost as though I have to constantly step up. 9 of Wands, I have to constantly step up and be that person who navigates everything, takes charge of everything in order to be valuable. You know, I have to give in order to be valuable. This is a time to shift that perception, and the situation around you, this is a very clear reading for you. The situation around you is creating a scenario very specifically for you to say no, and very specifically whatever you're saying no to, or very specifically to prioritize you, to fertilize the ground for your deliverance, whether something good comes to you and other people want it, whether you are already giving to the wrong people, or you're over giving, or you're not drawing a boundary around something, someone wants something and your instant response is to give. This is really saying, step back, view this. There is a leaf that needs to fall to the tree, from the tree. This has come to its natural conclusion, its natural end. You have developed amazing life skills from this process of giving. You've developed really a strong core of values. It is now time to fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. Look back, know where it came from, and cut the cords. I almost feel like it's like the unicorn is almost offering you its beautiful spiral horn to cut the cords that tie you. The Princess of Swords, she's ready here to cut through things and say how it is, to just deliver, you know, her clarity, her you know, just to say, you know, she can see it from all sides. I mean, I don't know if you can see the little tiny symbols in this card. I think that should focus in for you. The little symbol of Aquarius here and Gemini. And it's like, you know, Gemini can see things from both sides and therefore weigh it up and make very clear, precise decisions that come from a higher space of knowing, the energy of Aquarius. Queen of Discs, it is absolutely time to invest in yourself and your own balance. Because if you give and receive to the wrong people, you will be out of balance, and it's time to be in balance. Yeah, there is something, someone, a circumstance going on around you, or something that is being orchestrated around you. The purpose of this divine timing is to free you from a pattern of overgiving, to turn that wheel of fortune, to see with clarity who you need to say no to and who you can say yes to, prioritizing yourself in your own abundance. This creates a new flow of energy. And as we've already said here with the 3 of Crystals and the 10 of Hearts, you will have an abundance to share because you can share with the right people. 6 of Cups sitting over and above the Ace of Wands. You will have so much energy, so much passion, so much energy, so much enthusiasm. Your creativity will be free to build things in the world, to follow your intuition. I mean, the divine timing here is significant. The High Priestess and the Sun, renewed energy. Your energy has been being drained. The rune of fertility is a fruit-bearing rune that offers you promise. It offers you the promise of, it's a fruit-bearing rune. It offers you the promise of fertility, but a cycle must come to an end of the people pressing your buttons, people clinging, the wrong people in your world, whatever is going on around you. You see it with clarity, draw the line, cut the cords. This unicorn is offering you that energy. That's what I feel like here. This creates a new beginning. The wheel will turn. I mean, isn't it beautiful that you have 2 Ace of Wands here? Isn't this amazing? 2 Ace of Wands, new beginnings. This is coming to an end. So whatever is going on around you, I actually think you guys, you know, for many of you, you are already seeing the situation clearly. I think you already know who and what you're dealing with. You already know it, but you haven't been quite sure how to handle it. This is about cutting cords and simply not giving to somebody who would like you to give, and not buying into any kind of drama. You know, just cut those cords really clearly. You see it for what it is. Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands. The power and energy for transformation and liberation is huge, absolutely huge. And you are going to reach a point where you have such an abundance to give and to share. I feel as well your transformation here will be seen in a really positive way. Almost as if, you know, the whole kind of Pinocchio energy. If for some of you this has involved somebody who's a bit spiteful or tells stories to diminish you in some way, shape or form, I think you will be seen for who you are. You know, simply by totally detaching yourself from this, being true to yourself, you will be seen for who you are. And they will be seen for who they are. You know, just don't even go there. It's that kind of that kind of scenario. Hold the higher vision. Don't let, you know, compassion is amazing. View something with compassion, but not in a way that means you concede. We can use compassion inappropriately sometimes because we give to the wrong person or the wrong people. Don't give to the wrong people. Right, we're going to draw an angel card just to see whether we can have any further guidance for reading number 2. I feel the divine timing is so clear in terms of the fact that there's an opportunity here for you to relinquish a pattern once and for all. Oh, this is just beautiful. And here we have it. It's like the confirmation. You cease to buy into the energy, the connection to this person or these people, you know, and here you have it. Big happy changes. I mean, what a confirmation of the 10 of Hearts here. Super souls, I'm really sorry that the circumstances around you have, you know, potentially tapped into childhood stuff, or you've met somebody who is just such a child that it's pulled your heartstrings, drawn you in, or even for some of you, you know, maybe a family situation where you feel you do have to have some involvement, but you kind of do, but you don't. You know, you can draw the line here. You can be so clear. Just be you with absolute clarity. Don't, you know, don't take it. You know, you just say no and you cut the cords very firmly. You stand your ground. You say how it is. You know, you send love, you walk away, you're not involved, you uphold that pathway of integrity. You know, this is going to work out, reading number 2. I feel there's an energy around you where some of you are a little fearful of cutting those cords, or a little fearful or feel like you ought to maintain something for some reason, whether that's a family connection or just a sense of obligation, but you actually don't have to. Cut the cords, do what you need to do, uphold your own pathway of integrity, and everything is going to shift, turn and come right. And you will be seen, I do believe you will be seen as holding the higher vision and the higher energetic that you do actually hold. You will be seen as, you know, for me, almost as the leader in a situation. I think, you know, sometimes there are people around us who want to lead, but they lead for all the wrong reasons, and they lead through manipulation. You know, just be really, really clear in your situation. Don't give just, yeah, you're going to lead. You're going to lead by example, and you will be seen. And, you know, the success is yours with an abundance to give. Reading number 2, that's the karmic, I say karmic happening, the divine timing. I mean, you know, divine timing is inevitably sort of has a flavour of the karmic stuff around it. It does feel like divine timing is bringing out a situation, and I'm sorry because I don't think it's an easy situation to sort of separate from, but the separation from it is liberating for you and freeing you up, and you are going to be seen in your full glory and in your full success. So this is just gorgeous, you know, it really is gorgeous. Super souls, if this is resonating with you, this is a timeless reading. I post timeless readings, a lot of them, as well as weekly guidance every single Sunday, all sorts of other stuff. This will be in my timeless readings playlist, where I do readings that answer very specific questions. You can tap into that at any time, if you're looking for guidance at any time, if you're having a wobble. If you subscribe and press the little bell icon, if you want to get notification of my readings, if you subscribe, press the little bell icon, it should come into your stream. Super souls, I will put links in with the timings in the information box and comments with anything that may be relevant to you. I have a monthly prize draw where I give away some oracle cards and a free reading as well, a private reading. I have a subscriber email list if you want to be in that. I'll just put all the links in the information box below so you can find whatever you need to. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your love and your support of this beautiful YouTube community that we're building here. Thank you to those of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments, and thank you to those of you who are supporting the channel through Patreon. Truly, you are just a blessing, all of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, super souls. This may not have been easy, but you are so coming out of this winning. So I am thrilled for you. Tons of love. Welcome, reading number 3, and we are asking today, how is divine timing playing out in your life? You know, what's the next big happening? What's being orchestrated? And you've been drawn to the Deer of Delta. We have the rune of possessions, nourishment, and we have this lucky horseshoe. In the first moment, I'm going to say that this reading is speaking, I think, of some form of healing. There's something either happening or being maneuvered around you with divine timing to bring about some aspect of healing that will nurture you, literally. Let's draw more cards before we dive into this too fully. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, 2 of crystals is your first card. We then have Seeker of crystals. Okay. We have Mother Goose. Goodness me. Wow, reading, oh, look at this Midas touch, Guide of crystals. Wow. And here we have the essence and energy of Father Christmas, Saint Christopher, Guide of crystals, and the Midas touch. Right. Mother Goose, bringing eggs. Right. Reading number 3. There is something in the circumstances around you that is the divine timing of it is bringing about some essence of healing. Interestingly enough, it's not going to come in the form that you expect. The rune of possessions, nourishment. It speaks of unexpected rewards and gains. So something is coming into your world, or the divine timing that's playing out in your life right now. It's actually bringing you an opportunity to come back into balance. You've been swinging like a yo-yo. And curiously enough, I don't think the answer or the solution is going to come in the way that you thought it would arrive. If anything, I think almost quite the opposite. It will come unexpectedly. And this is the divine timing. Something will just be brought to you. Exactly what you need will be brought to you at exactly the right time. I think you can't see the way forwards at the moment in something. Seeker of crystals. It's almost as though, you know, you're looking to find the way. You're looking for the solution. You're looking for the pathway forwards. But you're looking, I think you're looking in the wrong direction, or you're looking too hard. You know, when we look so hard, we can't see the woods for the trees. It's almost that sort of where we're too intent and too involved in something that we can't see the solution. It will be like, I'm going to use a really silly example, but it'll be like me when I've lost my keys. And actually, I've just put them down somewhere and they're just, I don't know, on a worktop or on a table. I've wandered through the house to pick something else up, plonk them down, and I just cannot see them for looking. I literally cannot see them for looking. It just used to happen with my phone, and I remember with my mobile phone and my landline. Do you know the only number that I use my mobile phone for everything. The only number ever used on my landline was my mobile number, where I would phone myself up to hear it ringing in order to find where I'd put it. It's like, and then it would be so obvious. It would be like almost like right in front of me, but I could not see for looking. That's the energy here. You can't see for looking at the moment, and it's going to come to you. Luck is actually with you. Luck is on your side. A gift is coming to you, I feel. Divine timing is definitely playing out. Things are being orchestrated to bring you something. Some aspect of direction, some aspect of the next step is going to be shown to you, and it's literally going to appear like a gift. It will arrive like the gift, and then you're going to go, oh wow. You know, I just didn't see that. For some of you, I think it's almost there on your doorstep. It's almost quite obvious. There'll be something, some direction, some opening, some opportunity, some window, or some spark of genius. If you're writing books and you're struggling to find the something, the little magical key to the story, or whatever, it'll come to you and you'll be like, wow, why didn't I get that before? Why didn't I see that before? Of course, it's obvious. That's the direction to go in. It will come to you. Divine timing is at work. There's a lot of assurance here and very gentle nourishment. I mean, the energy, the different energy here is fascinating between this part of the card, the deer energy. The deer energy is saying, there's been stuff going on, and you just need to kind of nurture this. You can't, I do feel like your emotions have been swinging like a yo-yo. Maybe your physical health has been swinging like a yo-yo for some of you. And it's like you're looking for the solution, you're looking for the answer, and you're not actually looking in the right place, or you're looking and looking, but you can't see the woods for the trees. A gift is going to come to you. Divine timing is at work, and that's gorgeous. There's an affirmation and a confirmation, and it will feel like Christmas. It's kind of like, isn't this interesting? We have the hair of fertility above St. Nicholas's head here. The hair of fertility, the winter hair in the snow, bringing the gifts. And look at this, we have another deer here. Look at the way this deer, obviously this is a reindeer who is pulling the sleigh, but really, again, very gentle, very loving. We're not seeing an image with the sleigh being pulled across the sky. We're just seeing the beautiful reindeer snuggling up to St. Nicholas, to Father Christmas here. And wow, how did I not see that? It's like, oh, I can't believe it. It's like, honestly, I think the divine timing, the gift when it comes to you, the egg that will hatch, that will crack open and you'll see it, you literally will be going, wow, I can't believe that. I would never have believed that could happen. I would never have believed that was there. And it will either be something that's, oh gosh, it was there all the time, or it will be, I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe it was appearing. I can't believe it just arrived. That's the kind of energy of this reading. But yeah, you're needing to nurture yourself here, because what's coming in, I feel like you're in a space of waiting for something, but you're getting het up about it. That's what I feel, swinging like a yo-yo, up and down like a seesaw. Emotions, what's happening is the emotions are governing your perspective, rather than you allowing yourself to be still enough to receive. Let's draw some more cards, reading number 3. That's the divine timing. Courage. Yay. Love that card. So you have the card of courage. Yes. Yeah. I think things have been so uncertain for you. Reading number 3. There's been a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unexpected happenings. And because they're unexpected, it's left you feeling really wobbly. This is this up and down like a yo-yo. And I think what happens, it's just such a human thing, isn't it? When things that happen that are uncertain and unexpected, we then feel like, we feel like we're not on solid ground, and it makes it really hard to trust or to just be in a place of courage about stepping into the new or waiting for the new to arrive. We're then itching to try and make something happen, or we push ourselves to make decisions. I must know what I'm doing next. I must know what the next thing is going to be. And we push ourselves. We're pushing ourselves because we feel emotionally unstable. I think the reality is actually that you can actually stop and just nurture yourself and relax and rest. This is coming. But because you don't know it's coming and you can't actually see it, you're full of anxiety, and because you've experienced, I think, a significant number of uncertainties or a sense of uncertainty, it's left you feeling so wibbly wobbly that you're struggling to find the courage to just allow it to be. Actually, we're going to draw more cards for you and just see what we can be shown here. Can we be given advice and information to help reading number 3 with their current kind of up and downness? I mean, there's an affirmation here that's just beautiful. Oh, too many there coming through for you. May we ask for reading number 3? This is your card. Earthworm. Okay, go to Earth. You need to go to Earth. Absolutely go to Earth. Oh, that was so strong. Okay, so let's talk about this before we draw more cards. In Native American traditions and shamanic traditions across the world, there is a ceremony called an earth burial ceremony, where people literally go to Earth. They cleanse, and they are buried. It isn't, it varies the way in which that happens. The way in which that actually happens will vary from tribe to tribe. It doesn't mean you're literally submerged 6 foot under, but you are, in some places, someone will go off by themselves and they will literally dig themselves, the equivalent of a shallow grave actually, and then they will cover themselves with a dark blanket and they will lie in the ground, and in many ways they're facing their fears of uncertainty, and they give to the earth. They ask the earth to receive them, to nurture them, to hold them, and it's a massive ceremony. It's very, very personal. It's a deeply personal ceremony of personal release. It's a letting go. And it is a letting go and a revival of trust, I would say. And the ceremony itself then triggers. It's not something that is completed when that person finishes the period of time. It could be half an hour in the ground that they need, or it could be hours and hours and hours, or overnight. But when they have reached the point of the completion that they need at that moment in time, they then come out of it involves a lot of preparation. I mean, so I can't tell you, the ins and outs of what individual, shamanic ways and tribal people would do, but I know enough of this to tell you a bit about it. And it is a very deeply personal ceremony that it begins a transition of groundedness, in which there is a renewed level of trust and connection with the earth. Ultimately everything that we have comes to us because of the earth. She is our provider. When we speak of Mother Earth, she is, the provider of all. Every breath of air we take comes because we are on this planet. Our very existence is only possible because of her giving. Everything we manifest has come in some way, shape or form from some substance of the earth. And going back to earth, grounding yourself. I'm not suggesting you all go out and dig yourselves holes, but you may want to just literally put your hands in the earth. If you're wobbly, dig a hole. Put your hands in the soil. Sit there, lay with your head on the earth. Literally put your face to the earth and breathe and listen and get still. Ground yourself, take your shoes off, put your feet on the earth, bury your feet in the ground, whatever feels right for you. Just go for a walk in nature, touch the earth. But you need to ground yourself. You really do. You need to ground yourself, because the grounding of yourself is going to stop this yo-yoing and allow you actually to have the courage to receive. I also see for some of you the ups and downs, the yo-yo has involved loss. The loss of some big things or big people even in your world who you didn't think you would lose. And something that you thought was stable and isn't stable anymore, or became unstable. And it caused you to lose trust, I think. And also it makes it very hard for you to, it's made it very hard for you to feel, that there's solid ground beneath you. But you've become too emotionally reactive. That's what I'm really seeing. Ground yourself. Even this card of courage, it just looks like loads and loads of worm-like shapes, all coming in, and they actually look like little people, spirit people too, but whatever the imagery is saying to you, it's like you lost courage. You became fearful of change, fearful. And of course, the moment we fear change, we close ourselves down to the aliveness of living, because when we fear change, life is about change. Every day is a new dawn. Every day is different. We are always changing, growing, moving. The moment we try to stop growth and change, we're working against the natural laws of the universe. Everything is spiraling and moving forwards. Whether we like it or not, we can move with it or not. I understand you guys have had some significant stuff that's caused you to have this level of concern, fear, worry. But this is the bit that needs to be addressed right now here. And luck is on your side. This is the point. Divine timing is with you. Divine timing is going to bring you a new egg, an opportunity, a gift. And you will literally be in that, I can't believe this kind of place. Yeah, how did that happen kind of place. It's super lovely. I mean, you will I feel like instead of the earth moving and the ground, shaking beneath your feet out of, oh, I can't believe something, difficult is happening, it'll be, oh, I can't believe something amazing has happened. It's the shift around from almost the difficult emotions that came through uncertainty to something just arriving, and you think, wow, just the utter amazement of how did that happen. So it's a really beautiful reading, and divine timing is around for you, and there is a very clear message here for you, reading number 3. But right now, ground, anchor. Unexpected rewards, gains, surprises, but coming not in the form that you expect. Nurture, love. Let's ask for more cards to see what we are shown for reading number... Oh, okay. I'm going to go with that. I kind of see this one as well, and also this one. Okay, justice. Whew. Do you know, I felt like I had to breathe out there. Really interesting energy with that card. Look at the butterfly, slightly hidden, just here, slightly hidden. Right, things need to come back into balance here, okay? You guys have really felt like the world was very unjust. Some of the stuff that happened, it felt very unfair and unjust. And you did lose a lot of faith. But this is a time when it's time to literally put the past behind you. You notice the imagery in this card, Princess of Wands. You know, she's literally behind her, the tapestry behind her, the story of the past, the last chapter. It's like that marks it marks a space of new beginnings. And the moon, you can see the moon is in the crescent position. The crescent is the building of the moon after the new moon. So we've had a new moon, which marks new beginnings, and now we are moving forwards. The past is to be put behind you now, actually. It's very clear. And what do we have? Our next card, Death. This is the rebirth. It's time for transformation. It's time for rebirth for you. We then have the Four of Cups. This is lovely. Things are coming back into balance. Now, how many cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will do, here we go, yeah, balance again. The hare is a symbol of fertility. Choices are going to be made available to you. Yeah, I think you've really felt like there was an injustice. I really do feel that you experienced that sense of injustice, of things not working out as you had expected, and it really, really did. It knocked you for 6, reading number 3. It really did. But we are entering a new phase of fertility here. Divine timing is at work here. And I'm not clear about what the next opportunity is, because I think maybe because it's just going to be so unique to you. But I do know it's going to sort of like blow you away in its almost unexpectedness, in its extraordinariness, in its amazingness. So, you know, that is very present. Now we have 2 of discs and we have 2 of wands. I love this. Now look at the energy here moving forwards here. So justice, that space, what we're going to see is a shift here from the kind of experiences that, it's exactly what this card was saying a moment ago when I was speaking of it. We're going to see a shift from an unexpected something that knocked the wind out of your sails and left you feeling as though you weren't on solid ground, to an unexpected happening that brings about new opportunities. The Queen of Wands, it's like you get back into that space of, do you know what? I can manifest good in my life. Do you know what? I can find the courage to move forwards. Do you know what? Things are possible. The 10 of Wands, you put down the burden, sitting under the Death card here. The burden of the past can literally be let go of. And part of the burden is letting go of the worry. Look at this, we have the Hermit and the 5 of discs. Part of what is going to happen is this opportunity comes along and it's like it restores your faith, because it's kind of like it puts down the burden of the past, the excessive worrying, the feeling that you're carrying epic responsibilities, that nobody can be trusted. It opens up a space where you no longer have to be alone. The past is behind you, and we see new beginnings and opportunities for balance. Reading number 3, I feel like I can breathe again. Really feel like I can breathe again, which is very, very interesting. Reminds me back to, you know, earth burials and those ceremonies of release and letting go, where people are literally reborn. They go back to the womb of the earth. They are reborn. There is a fresh start. They can breathe again. They have relinquished the burdens, and the Earth Mother has removed those burdens, taken them away, offered them the gift of a new beginning. I'm going to draw one more card. I'm not being shown clearly here, reading number 3, what exactly this extraordinary gift is. I only know that it's going to be utterly, all I know is you're going to be blown away by it. It will rock your world in the most positive of ways, whereas your world has been rocked in negative ways. This is going to, challenging ways. This is going to rock you in the most positive ways. Just as we have this lucky horseshoe, it's like this turning, this changing of luck, okay? However it arrives in your world. Right now, nurture. Very interesting, because this rune also, the rune of nourishment, of possessions, it also speaks of ambitions satisfied. So if you felt thwarted or blocked in your career pathway, this might be just that opening. Now, but yeah, ambitions satisfied. What are your ambitions? This is the opening where you think, I can't believe this has happened. It's beautiful. We're moving away from injustice to a sense of justice. Just beautiful. Now let's ask if we can have any more information or a concluding card for reading number 3. Yeah, that's your card. Improving health. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to voice with this card, Super Souls, is, and I see it really clearly, is everything coming back into balance. I think the stuff of your world threw you out of balance, made you lose sight of courage, trust, you know, emotionally you've been out of balance. That then causes an imbalance within you and that has been affecting your emotional health, your psychological health and your physical health. And for any of you who have been struggling with health issues, we are going to see a shift away forwards. Whether you're the imbalance that was there before, the emotional roller coaster, the seesaw, the upping and downing, the not seeing the woods for the trees, was whatever instigated that, whatever left you feeling out of control, this is going to realign, come back into balance, and it's going to improve. It is literally, it's like turning the tables, a shift from anxiety, concern, fear, to a place of wow, I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe this opportunity has arrived. That is what's taking place. There is divine timing involved. Your role at this moment, reading number 3, is to nurture, support, love, let go of the roller coaster ride of your mind and your emotions. Super Souls, for anyone new to my channel, I have an online library. It's a completely free resource. I'll put the link among other links in the information box below for you guys. In that, it's about emotions and emotional health. If you're having a roller coaster of emotions, there's a series of emotional meditations that help you to understand your challenging emotions as a source of empowerment, and the meditations are put together in a particular way that allow emotional release as well as emotional awareness and understanding. The library is completely free, it always will be, so do access that if that is helpful to you. I also wrote a book called Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness, which takes your most challenging emotions and literally with daily exercises shows you how to shift those emotions into a space of using the energy of them. You know, emotion is energy in motion, how to use those emotions as a source of empowerment, showing, you know, everything in life has a lower energetic and a higher energetic, a lower resonance, a higher resonance, and so too do our emotions. And you know, that book will teach you how to do that. So Super Souls, I'll put all the relevant links in the information box for you. If this reading is resonating, it's a timeless reading. I'll add it to my timeless readings playlist, where you can find a ton of readings that will answer very specific questions to help you keep on track. I post readings every Sunday for weekly guidance. If you subscribe and press the little bell icon, whatever I post should come into your stream, so you can access that easily. And yeah, just find the Moon Magic Tarot channel and you'll find all the videos there anyway. There's a ton of stuff and resources, and I will put every possible link to help you that might be useful in the information box and the comments for phone users, including I have a monthly prize draw where I give away to one of my subscribers, I give away a free private reading and a pack of oracle cards. So Super Souls, tons and tons and tons of love. I can see this has been challenging, but the divine timing is around you for that shift. There is literally, this is a turning point, and an opportunity is literally going to land, be brought to you, given to you, a gift. So please do not be fearful. Find the courage to and ground yourself. Literally connect with the earth. And yeah, it's working out. It's going to work out, and the divine timing is truly, truly working around you. There's so much affirmation here for you. Super Souls, I'm sending you the biggest hug in the world. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much to those who've been giving back through the super thanks in the comments. I really appreciate that level of support to the channel and for all the other work I do. And thank you as well to those who support me on Patreon. You know, that all helps to contribute to keeping things like the library going as a free resource. So I am just so grateful, and truly, honestly, I'm grateful to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing and following the readings here. Super Souls, sending you the biggest hug in the world.